And even the people coming in who are donating names, right? Their clients who are able to donate the names, they see the benefit of what it does for even those people. They feel like they are taking action. They're able to take action with somebody in the community, giving back something that just is not the norm, right? It's not just taking a meal over. It's really a full day makeover that is so fun and brings such joy to each person that comes through.
And I think that that's what sets us apart from some of the other, nonprofits that are out there. And that when we work with the beauty industry like this is you get to use your license, right? So you have a license to touch. That's what we went to school for, is to touch. And yes, we can all make a meal, but for these suite owners, they actually get to lay their hands on her. They get to watch the expression. They get to watch the light. I always say it's like a light switch that gets flipped on the inside of her as she goes through her makeover, right? They get to see that firsthand and know that they were a part of it. And they're using their time and talents, their God-given gifts in order to make it happen.
Absolutely. And it's something I can't even do. And that was part of my fear in being able to make this happen in the suite business is I can't cut hair. I'm not licensed. I can't give, a facial or whatever. And I don't have the license to do the things that these folks would do. And their continued participation has been such a joy to watch as an owner, that they are so willing to love these other people in that way. It's just been beautiful.
That's amazing. So tell me, so one of the things that we do ask is to do 2 fundraisers, because the whole reason that I came up with that was I never wanted any funds for a makeover for a woman with cancer to come out of the salon's budget. I always wanted to make sure that, you never had to choose between, paying the electric bill or buying an outfit for a woman with cancer. So what kind of fundraisers have you guys done, and what success have you seen with those?
So we had our first fundraiser where the ladies, the initial one, Katie, who came forward, she was like, awesome, I'll help you with fundraising, because I was so fearful of that. And she said, I have this idea. We're going to have a braid bar out front. We're going to offer different services at a discount within the suite. She got people on board for that. And we had people sign up to do this braid bar, where we happen to be located next door to a kids resale shop. And so it was summertime, and we could offer kids braids and then just take donations. And we were all very excited about it. And that day came, and wouldn't you know it, in the middle of our fundraiser, we had a huge storm blow through, because we're doing it outside, and they had been predicting it, but we're like, you know what, it's going to be fine. And sure enough, tornado-like weather. And that day, we still brought in half of what I thought, we could. And it was such a success story to me that, hey, people really are, one, generous. They were on board because I was the spokesperson for what we were doing as the girls were doing the braid bar. But so many people were so generous and helpful that day. Despite the weather, we moved things inside. I think if we had it on a bright sunny day, it would have been twice the amount of money that we earned. And it was so successful and so much fun. That was definitely a success story.
That's
awesome. I have another story if we have time to tell
Yeah, no,
you.
we do. Go. Yes, of course.
Yeah. The other fundraising story that I can tell you, because I am such a chicken, I didn't want to go into the community and ask anybody. I wanted to do all our fundraising in the salon. But because our braid bar was not as successful, I started okay, I've got to come up with people that might be willing to help us in addition to our fundraisers. And the name of a very generous family was put on my heart to ask to help with donations. But I'm a chicken. I did not want to ask anybody for money. And I think most people are like that, but I really am chicken. And it took me literally months of procrastinating to finally get up enough nerve to send an email to a lady I barely knew to describe Hello Gorgeous and ask for help. I said a lot of prayers before I sent that email. She saw the email and got back with me in just a couple of days, which I did not expect. I kind of expected it to be half read and maybe I'd hear from her, months later. She literally got back with me in a couple of days. I saw her at an event. She wanted to set up a meeting, and I saw her at an event before that meeting that we set up to talk about Hello Gorgeous. And she pulled me aside and she said, I want you to know that day that you sent that email to me, I had, and it was like a Wednesday, I had already had that week 3 people that I love be diagnosed with cancer, all women.
Wow.
And she said she wanted to do something, and helping with Hello Gorgeous would be a great way for her to help. But she needed to know more about it. And I tell you, I was blown away at the timing, because it took me forever to send that email. And, she may have helped anyway, but we sat down and we met at our meeting time a few weeks later, and she fell in love with Hello Gorgeous. And would you know, she donated our entire year.
Wow. She did.
And
that's awesome.
It was amazing timing. I don't think it was a coincidence. And it reminded me again that we're never alone. When we're doing something that's important, and for the love of others, we're just never alone. And she wanted to remain anonymous, so I can't even tell you who she is or what she's about. But it was her way of being able to feel like she was helping those people in her life that were doing something, that was hard. And it was her way of being able to help them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just beautiful.
That's awesome.
Just beautiful.
Well, do you have a favorite makeover story?
I do. It's actually a recent one of the very most recent stories. I am and have been in the past the concierge at one of our locations. I just gave that up with our Houston salon takeover, but I was in the salon 3 to 4 days a week, and so I do all of the makeovers at one of them. I help organize them, and it's so much fun. But the most recent one at that location, a lady donated her friend's name, right? And we set her up, and she said, I'd love for you to meet with or talk with the husband by phone so that he can organize bringing her in as a surprise, right? And so I'm like, okay, great. And we texted a few times, and he figured out how he was going to get her in as a surprise. And I can't tell you, I was so overwhelmed by the husband's love for his wife, who was the recipient of the makeover. He had so much joy to see his wife pampered like that. He was teary. He hugged us all. It was like we were giving the makeover to him. I can't tell you. He was almost more grateful than her. It was such a beautiful expression of his love for her. Each of us were so touched watching him come and pick her up at the end, and how the love he had for her was so strong. And he showed his gratefulness to us in such a way that I've never seen before. It was truly beautiful to watch that.
That one of the reasons that we made the makeover, and we do it so that it's a surprise, because I feel like so many people don't know what to say, so they say nothing and stay away. And then you have those loved ones that want to be able to help and they don't know how. So you empowered him, because you actually allowed him to participate in something that brought her joy. And so I think that that's why he was so grateful, which is that's why Hello Gorgeous is a gift to so many. And, the ripple effect, I think, goes on beyond what we can even wrap our brains around. Like, I don't even think we realize the people that we affect. So,
yes. And y'all had said that. And I hadn't seen it quite yet. Like, you don't always get to see the ripple, right? For a year later or 2 years or whatever. Maybe you never see it.
Right.
And in that moment with him, it was amazing. I can't even describe the feeling of, I felt like I was helping him so much more than we helped her that day. And we helped her. She had a beautiful day and a beautiful experience, but it was so powerful to see his reaction. It made it all worth it. What a joy.
That's awesome. Well, we are almost out of time. Mindy, what is the website if people want to learn more about Salons by JC, specifically your locations? Where can they find information about that?
So we are at www.salonsbyjc.com under locations. We are the Round Rock location and the Austin Lakeline location, giving makeovers at both locations every month.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you had time to talk with
Kim.
me today. I loved being able to share your story. Thank you.
Yes, I enjoyed it. Keep doing what you're doing. It's awesome.
I promise I will. If our listeners have any questions or comments or would like to know more about the guests on our show or for more information about Hello Gorgeous, feel free to contact me at kbecker@hellogorgeous.org or visit our website at www.hellogorgeous.org. We invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and download our mobile app. Thank you for joining me today on Hello Gorgeous, Everything Beauty, Cancer, and Inspiration. I'm your host, Kim Becker. And until next time, stay gorgeous.